The topic is simplifying expressions using fundamental identities. So let's do this example. Simplifying the expression secant squared minus 1 over tangent of x. So we have, the definition is right here. We have all these identities, fundamental identities that we can use. So, so far, there's nothing that has secant squared minus 1. So what we do, we know the secant, so we could use number 3. We know secant is equal to 1 over cosine. So let me rewrite this down. Secant squared minus 1 over tangent is equal. So we know secant squared is 1 over cosine squared, right? Minus 1. And we know the tangent is sine over cosine. Tangent is sine over cosine right here, number 1. So far we use number 3 and number 1. Now this is going to be equal to 1 squared is 1 cosine squared minus 1 everything divided by sine over cosine. Now next thing what we need to do, we're trying to rewrite all this expression in one fraction. So we have to use common denominator. So the common denominator of cosine squared and 1 is cosine squared. So we'll multiply cosine squared both sides, numerator and the denominator. If we do that, we'll get 1 minus cosine squared over cosine squared, because the denominator, the common denominator is cosine squared. Now what is 1 minus cosine squared? 1 minus cosine squared, if you notice, using 5 tells us that sine squared is equal to 1. Subtract cosine squared from both sides. So sine squared is 1 minus cosine squared. So 1 minus cosine squared, we said it's sine squared. So we have sine squared over cosine squared, everything over sine over cosine. Now since we have only sines and cosines, what we do, this is division. Division means sine squared over cosine squared times, just invert, that would be cosine over sine. Now all we do is simplify. If you don't see the simplification, let me write sine squared is the same thing as sine times itself, right? And then cosine squared is cosine times itself. So now what we do, you simplify one cosine with one cosine, one sine with one sine, and the only thing that's left is sine over cosine. But remember, sine over cosine right here is just number 1, is just tangent. So the answer will be tangent. And that's it for this example.